Hello everyone, welcome to my gardening channel, and watch the Rose Breeders series. In this series, I will introduce the outstanding people who have changed the world of roses. It is through their efforts and innovations that we can enjoy such diverse and beautiful roses in the garden today. From classical fragrances to modern flower shapes, the stories of these breeders are not only the history of botany, but also the legend of love and persistence. Let us explore the extraordinary achievements of these masters and uncover the wonderful rose life behind the rose. The protagonist of this video is Georges Delbard, whose story is not only a gardening legend, but also a portrayal of his life with an incomparable love for nature. As one of the most senior and recognized horticulturists in France, Georges Delbard is not only the founder of the nursery, but also a gardening master with an extraordinary personality. Next, let us walk into the brilliant life of Georges Delbard, a legend in French gardening. On May 20, 1906, Georges Delbard was born in Malicorne, a small village in central France. In such a simple rural environment, Georges showed a strong interest in nature since he was a child. He often played in the fields and was curious about all kinds of plants, especially fascinated by the growth and changes of plants. Although his family was not rich, his parents' farming background and love of the land deeply influenced the young Georges. Later, he gradually realized that gardening would be his lifelong pursuit. In the 1930s, with his love for plants and his ideal of gardening, Georges left his hometown and came to Paris. He opened a small flower shop in 1935, specializing in selling flowers and fruit tree seedlings cultivated by himself. Although this shop was inconspicuous, it was an important starting point for his career. His flower shop was not only famous for its variety and high quality, but Georges also quickly won the favor of Parisian gardening enthusiasts with his innovative business philosophy. That same year, he launched the first mail-order catalog, making his botanical products available to a wider market. Although his career in Paris was thriving, Georges' heart always yearned for the natural environment of his hometown. He knew that the true dream of gardening could only be realized in the vast fields. In 1942, Georges returned to Malicorne and established his own nursery on the family farm, focusing on the planting and cultivation of fruit trees and flowers. In 1947, Georges published one of the most important books in his life, Les Beaux Fruits de France. This book not only became an authoritative guide in the field of fruit tree breeding, but also established Georges' lofty position in the global horticultural community. The fruit tree varieties and cultivation techniques in the book are still widely used today and have a far-reaching influence. While achieving great success in fruit tree breeding, Georges decided to shift the focus of his career to rose breeding in the 1950s. He hoped to breed rose varieties with richer colors, stronger disease resistance, and wider adaptability. Georges invested a lot of time and energy in continuous hybridization experiments and variety selection. Through decades of hard work, Georges successfully bred a variety of classic rose varieties, which won praise from the international horticultural community for their outstanding beauty and strong vitality. In particular, the Rose Toulouse-Lautrec, with its rich yellow petals and rich fragrance, became an indispensable star in the people's gardens at that time. Georges Delbard was not only an excellent breeder, he also attached great importance to family heritage. Under his training and guidance, the next generation of the family continued to develop and expand the Delbard brand. As Georges grew older, his three sons gradually took over the burden of the family business. In 1968, the eldest son François joined the company and was responsible for the overall operation of the enterprise. In 1972, The second son Henri took over the nursery in Malicorne and was responsible for managing international business. The youngest son Guy Benjamin joined in 1977 and focused on hybridization and breeding of new rose varieties. Georges Delbard died on March 20, 1999 in Malicorne, France, at the age of 92. The Delbard family not only inherited Georges' horticultural spirit, but also continued to drive the company forward. They boldly introduced biotechnology and genetic engineering into the horticulture field, established advanced laboratories, and laid a solid foundation for future variety research and development. Today, the Delbard family's horticulture business has become a world-renowned horticulture brand, continuously launching high-quality rose varieties and other horticultural products. They not only inherited Georges Delbard's breeding concept, but also continue to innovate and promote the development of the horticulture industry. Since 1995, Henri Delbard and the Delbard family have taken over the financial control of the Delbard Group and have begun a new chapter of modernization and expansion. They have launched the innovative Delbard Creative Nature brand and further expanded the range of horticultural products and sales channels. This move has made Delbard not only a great success in France, but also a place on the international market. Despite changes in ownership in 2005 and 2010, the Delbard family has never given up their passion for horticulture. Henri and his son Arnaud continue to intensively research new varieties of roses and fruit trees, and offer these carefully cultivated products directly to customers around the world through the official website www.georgesdelbard.com. Today, Arnaud Delbard has inherited the family tradition, integrating the passion and innovative spirit of his ancestors into modern gardening. His team works day after day in 600 hectares of nurseries to create more fragrant and disease-resistant rose varieties, as well as new fruit tree varieties that meet the needs of the modern market. Through continuous innovation and persistence in quality, the Georges Delbard Pépinières at Roseraies Group has become a leader in the global gardening industry, cultivating more than 250 rose varieties and 80 fruit tree varieties. Whether you are a gardening novice or an experienced enthusiast, these plants cultivated by the Delbard family will bring endless beauty and joy to your garden. The story of Georges Delbard is not only a legend of a family business, but also an endless pursuit of nature and beauty. In this challenging world, the Delbard family still sticks to their original intentions and creates their own horticultural miracles. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my video, please subscribe, like, comment and forward it. See you next time.